Oi there! This is Scotland, the most beautiful country in 2019. We are more specifically located in Edinburgh, full of rich history and old buildings, some of which remind you that it is also the birthplace of Harry Potter. The friendly Scotsmen also hold precious values like free healthcare, historic and technical museums, along with the breathtakingly beautiful nature, and even some fine lore of mysterious events from various castles and creatures like Loch Ness. Against the majority vote of Scotland, it will, along with the UK, be leaving EU due to Brexit. Scotland on its own is not a particularly strong economic country. They have their GDP at £134 billion compared to Denmark's GDP at £243 billion, with a comparable population size. The homelessness situation of Scotland is noticeable. Though not terrible, Scotland has estimated 30,000 homeless people, whereas Denmark has an estimated mere 13,000. In this beautiful country, we've decided to get a bit closer and ask a few local Scots to have a look below the surface of Scotland, to see how they felt about the current state of Scotland. So is this homelessness and poverty a real problem? We've asked a few locals and got these impressions.
But you still see quite a lot of poverty, not here in Edinburgh so much, but in other parts of Scotland, certainly.
I'd imagine.
I think the welfare in Scotland is below standard. I don't know what standard is acceptable, but I would say the standard, the living standard, is the living standard of people in Scotland, I think is pretty low on average. I think we are more in the poverty region, although Scottish people are very proud and are reluctant to accept that they may be in much more towards the poverty side of the scale.
So in short, yes, this is a noticeable problem, but could be worse. Through our own observations walking in the streets, we've also seen that there's indeed quite a few homeless people walking around. The homelessness is of course a problem and will stay a problem until the economy gets stabilized and stronger. But as two of our interviewees have said respectively,
I think it'd be a retrograde step for Scotland if they broke off from the European Union. The Scottish economy, I don't believe, has got enough power in it to run on its own. No way.
I think economically it'll be a disaster.
The economic situation, if you want to believe it as it is now, has declined.
That doesn't seem to be happening right now, and leaving UK for the better of it is not an option either. As our interviewee here said,
well, I think Scotland can attract business, and that's what it should concentrate on. Look to the future and grow the economy based on future. Compete with the rest of the world, China.
Scotland needs to look towards business instead of industry. What they used to have focus on, if they want to fix the economy, which is what they needed to help the situation of homelessness. Though, as our first interviewee said too, there will always be some level of homelessness, but the number of homeless people could be lowered significantly, and additional aid could be improved.
As we mentioned, Scotland is with the majority vote wanting to stay in the EU, but without the economy to stay and break off from the UK, they must leave. Our interviewees have in between the five quote-unquote voted to stay in the EU Our first one accepts to leave it and wants to make the best of it. Our third is all for a strong leader like Boris to complete Brexit and get it over. Whereas our other remaining interviewees are not so fond of Boris nor Brexit.
Altså, er den på porno?